Okay, y'all, gather round because the streets is talking. They say Beyoncé out here feeling low and straight up exhausted with this music biz. Sis is feeling like she's in a chokehold, stressed to the max, and word is she's even planning a major breakout. Rumor has it, Beyoncé been through so much mess over the years that she almost checked out for good, and she's blaming it all on her mama, Knowles, like, you did this, girl. Honey, these past couple weeks been wild for B, and if you ain't buying nothing else, trust this. She's allegedly worn out, done, and I'm about to tell y'all why, so sit tight. Now, if y'all ain't caught on, since 2022, Beyoncé been putting in work like she trying to break a world record. She dropped 2 albums back to back, hit the road for 2 tours, and she's already cooking up another album and tour. On top of that, she's out here slinging perfume, hair care, whiskey. Sis is in every lane you can think of. They say she's going so hard because she's chasing a fat stack of cash and her fam and crew keep pushing her buttons. But hold up, she's also grinding for her big escape. Yep, Beyoncé's allegedly trying to peel out from her team, her controlling mama, and that husband she's over dealing with. Bottom line, sis is crafting her exit strategy. I know folks been whispering about what's poppin' with Beyoncé for a minute, but this time, they swear something real foul is brewing. There's been a gang of blind items spilling tea on this whole thing, and I'm sitting here like, ooh, what's the word, fam? But she said, industry insiders have been whispering about this for a while. If you are wondering why her bodyguard chased after her at the big award show recently, it's because singer has threatened to flee the country multiple times. She's done with the control, the pressure, and the handlers who make every decision for her. They're afraid she'll leave without notice, and they're right to be singer, suffers from depression and has unalived thoughts. Her team sees her as a danger to herself, but what they're really afraid of is losing their cash cow. They've kept her under control for years. They won't be able to. Much longer, she's on the verge of rebelling. She's fed up with her mother's control. She's tired of her husband's influence based on this. Beyoncé doesn't want to work so freaking much anymore. She is exhausted mentally, physically, and emotionally because she's been doing this for decades, and she just wants to relax, rest, and finally live on her own terms, but her team and family won't let her. All right, y'all, let's get into this tea. Word is, Beyoncé didn't even want to do this tour, but sis is out here pushing through for 2 big reasons. 1, she's trying to stack them coins to hit a money goal that'll let her bounce for good, and 2, her fam and her label stay riding her to keep grinding while she still got it. That's why them tickets cost an arm and a leg, why she's suddenly all up in every business you can name, and why she's low-key snatching up property overseas. But hold up, there's whispers of lawsuits coming because her money ain't adding up right, and they say she's been blowing more cash than she's pulling in. Sis is shook, y'all, terrified of being stuck in this hustle forever. Beyoncé just want to chill, take a step back, and stop grinding so hard, but the folks around her ain't letting her breathe. Now here's the real juice. They say she knows what went down with her idol when he tried to break free, and she's scared she's headed for the same mess. That's why she's making quiet moves, setting up her escape plan, and making sure when she dips, ain't nobody dragging her back. This is a lot, so let's unpack it, starting with her headspace. Way back, Beyoncé opened up about feeling depressed around 19 when Destiny's Child was going through it. She said she felt like everybody was blaming her for the group's drama. And Chile, the stories about what them girls went through because of Knowles? Wild. They say Tina told the other girls to go bake in the sun and get all tanned up, but told Beyoncé to stay out of that mess, keeping her the light one in the crew. Beyoncé contested these findings in court, and she asserted that the IRS made several erroneous determinations and asked the court to rule that she doesn't owe any additional taxes for the years in question, and to grant any other appropriate relief, including a refund if it finds that she overpaid taxes owed. Now, I'm not sure what her financial situation is, but some sources have reported that she doesn't make as much as people think, which is why she is throwing everything on the wall to see what sticks about buying property outside the US. We've seen her do this, so this is also not news only that this time it's being reported that she's buying property as an escape plan. Now, as for how Tina is involved, there have actually been various claims about how Tina forced Beyoncé to marry Jay-Z with one blind, even saying recently, this globally adored pop star is widely seen as one of the most powerful and influential women in the world. Her marriage to a rap mogul has long been praised as the pinnacle of black love and empire building, but behind closed doors, it's anything but a fairy tale. What most people don't know is that the superstar never truly wanted this relationship to begin with. In fact, the marriage and even the relationship itself was something she was pushed into by none other than her mother. The superstar was barely 19 years old when the rapper, then in his early 30s, took a keen interest in her. At the time, she was still finding her voice, still figuring out her identity, and unsure about getting involved with a man nearly 13 years her senior. It was also said that insiders say the superstar was hesitant from the beginning. She knew about his reputation, the women, the questionable past, and the power imbalance, and voiced her discomfort to her mother. But instead of supporting her, her mother quickly shut her down. Allegedly, her mother, who had long been managing her career, saw the relationship as a strategic business move. She allegedly told her daughter that being with the mogul would solidify her career and put her on another level, essentially making her untouchable in the industry. The mother was focused on creating an empire and believed aligning her daughter with the rap mogul would do just that. Even when the superstar admitted she wasn't sure she even liked him, like that, her mother dissed her. And so, despite her hesitation, the young singer went along with it. But what she didn't know at the time was just how dark her future husband's past was and how it would come back to haunt her. We all seen Jay-Z getting called out left and right over the years for all kind of dirt, but Beyoncé, sis was in too deep to just walk away. So yeah, she might have been stuck, forced to hold it down, but word is she's hit her limit. She can't take it no more. Now I know there's been a whole lot of chatter about Beyoncé lately, and it's tricky figuring out what's legit and what's just noise, especially with these wild tales floating around, like how she supposedly shacked up with her bodyguard, Julius DeBoer, and planning to jet off with him. Now, about this bodyguard sitch, some folks swear up and down Beyoncé and Julius got history. They point into shady pics, like one where he's strolling out of some hotel behind her with lipstick smeared on his lips. Chile, a few years back, they say Jay-Z was convinced something spicy was popping between Bey and Julius. An insider spilled that Jay wanted to axe Julius, but Beyoncé was like, nah, he ain't going nowhere. Word on the street is they've gotten mad tight these past few months. So tight that Julius broke his cool guy act and was hype as hell when Bey snatched that Grammy win. But here's the kicker. They say at that same event, Beyoncé wasn't giving Jay-Z no love, zero vibes, but she was allegedly caught locking lips with her bodyguard. And the blind items? They drop in hints that Bey and Julius about to ride off into the sunset together, and we'll be lucky to spot her once a year out in these streets. If the rumors got any weight, they've been glued up, spending days on end together. Phew, this tea is piping hot, y'all. All right, y'all, this ain't just some hit it and quit it gossip no more. These ain't my words, fam. This is straight from the internet streets lately, okay? So, word is Beyoncé putting all the blame on her mama Tina because she's the one who allegedly pushed her into marrying Jay-Z when she was barely grown. We done broke down that Jay and Bey timeline a few times, and it still don't add up right. Sis said in interviews she was 18 when they met and 19 when they started dating. But folks who was round back then, they say Jay was messing with Bey when she was way younger than that. Age mess aside, though, the cheating rumors with Jay-Z and Bey been non-stop since like 2005, early days of their thing. And Bey is over it, y'all. She's tired, she's down, according to the reports. At this point, folks are saying it's not even a stretch to believe Beyoncé's had it. Not just with her mama, but with her man too. If you peep how they move, you can see it in their eyes. Jay-Z and Bey ain't in love no more. Especially Beyoncé, girl looking like she checked out, no spark, no nothing. People swear when they together they vibing more like besties or even brother and sister. So maybe all this tea spilling lately ain't just rumors. Maybe Beyoncé really out here feeling low and all this non-stop grinding is her stacking them coins to ditch Jay-Z and her controlling mama. I don't know, y'all, this whole thing already wild as it is. What y'all think about these rumors circulating about Beyoncé? They holding water? Y'all blaming her mama too? Is it finally time for her to bounce from Jay-Z? What's really good here? Drop your takes in the comments below, fam. I want to hear it all.